Daddy, would you tell me a bedtime story?
Sure, sweetheart. Once upon a time,
Daddy, what story are you going to tell me?
it's called The Hard Choice.
Nope, I don't like that title. Do you know another one?
Sure, it's called Dead on Arrival.
You're just messing with me, aren't you?
I love that you're so quick. This story is called The Ants and the Cricket.
Okay.
Once upon a time, just before winter, a colony of ants was checking on the food that they had stored to make sure that they had enough to last through the cold months ahead. After inspecting their inventory, the ant leaders decided that they had more than enough for the winter. A few days later, a cricket came to the ants, begging for food. One of the ant leaders asked the cricket,
Why don't you have any food? Didn't you store some away for the winter?
"No," replied the cricket indignantly. "I didn't have time for that. I was too busy doing other things, other very important things."
Like what?
asked one of the ants. The cricket leaned in and said, "You have no right to ask me that. It's none of your business." The ant was about to tell the cricket to get lost, but before he could speak, another ant said,
The cricket is right. We should not question his statement. If he says that he was too busy, we should take him at his word.
At that point, the ant leaders began arguing with each other about the best course of action. One of the ant leaders turned to the cricket and said,
Wait here while we go to the great hall to discuss this matter. We will return shortly with an answer.
In the great hall, the ant leaders debated for many hours. Finally, the decision was made to give the cricket a small portion of the food that had been stored. The ants would still have enough food for the winter as long as the cold weather didn't last longer than usual. The ant leaders also agreed that if their food ran out before the end of winter, they would address the shortage at that time. The ant leaders who had voted to share the food raced joyfully back to the spot where they left the cricket. They were anxious to tell him the wonderful news, but when they got there, the cricket was gone, along with most of the food. The leaders who had voted to share with the cricket blamed the fiasco on the others who had forced them to go to the great hall and leave the cricket alone with the food. The end.
Daddy, that bedtime story was really bad. Some of the ants probably starved to death. I think I'm going to have nightmares.
Did you learn anything?
I don't think so.
What do you think the ants should have done when the cricket arrived?
At first, I thought they should have given him some food. But since he turned out to be bad, I think they should have chased him away. Daddy, when the ants first met the cricket, was there some way they could have figured out that he was bad?
I don't know, sweetheart. What did you think about one group of leaders blaming the others?
I think they knew that they had made a big mistake, and they just wanted to blame somebody else. Apparently, some assholes will throw others under the bus to save themselves.
Ah, so you did learn something after all. The next day, the cricket was mugged by a mouse who took all the food. A few weeks later, the ants ran out of food, so they left their mound to look for some. They soon came across a fat mouse who, moments earlier, had died of natural causes. They joyously feasted on the mouse carcass. It was a regular circle of life thing.